Yeah, that feels Mr. and Mrs. Shawnee Thompson poke along. Not bad, thanks. We've been seeing a lot of TikToks and Snappy chats lately of everyone saying, new year, new me. That's all bullshit. I'm going to stay the same ass what that I was last year. Well, not for us viewers. This year is going to be a new year, new us. Want to stay the same rut and stay the same places. You keep doing you, boo-boo. Have a good time. But this year, my Snapchat is going to change. My TikTok is going to change. All my socials are going to change. We're going to do a lot more family-orientated stuff. A lot more of this, mate. Yeah, copy. Poking along. Not bad. Thanks. Where's old mate? You guys love old mate. Here you go, buddy. He's been swimming the last couple of days and loving life, hasn't he, wifey?
He has. It's been good.
Yeah, copy. So wifey and I are going to get heaps more involved in the Snappy chat and the TikTok. So if it's more family orientated, if you don't like it, then get you later. Love you long time. Bye-bye.
Yep.
Copy?
Yeah,
Copy. Wifey's video shy viewers, so bear with her, all right? She can't roll shit off the top of her tongue like I. But yeah, she's going to get behind the camera a lot more. And
I'll be stumbling over me words.
Stumbling over me words worse than I was when I first started. Copy? Copy.
Copy.
Hey, wifey.
Yeah, copy.
Copy.
You.
Tell you what, mate, this is not good. So just leaving Binger, mate, come up over the hill here, look. What's that mean? Jack, naughty boy. And basically, viewers, I've got this happening. You can't see, but my thermo fan's not working. My viscous is working, but my bloody thermo fan's not working. I'm getting a little bit warm, viewers. Bloody big, heavy, bloody load he's got on the back, the poor little fella. Anyway, looks like I need a new bloody thermo fan. Copy. Now, viewers, just a little word of warning. Whenever your car does get hot and you are towing something, or it just the temperature gauge comes up for any reason, get out, make sure it's not leaking water. Don't turn the engine off until you find out that it's not leaking water, it's just overheated. And if it's not leaking water, don't turn the engine off. Just bring it up to about 1500 on the revs, and then just let it sit there and idle and just let it cool down. The worst possible thing that you can do is turn the engine off. Because once you turn the engine off, it actually gets hotter, and that's when you start cooking stuff and cracking stuff. If it's leaking water, there's water gushing out everywhere, yes, turn the engine off, but don't ever turn it off unless it's leaking water. Copy? And then just let it cool down. About 1500 revs, let the temperature come back to where it normally sits. It's a bit below where it normally sits, and then continue on your journey. Okay, copy? Copy. I have got an app on my phone. I've got a little Bluetooth scan thing that goes into my OBD2 down here, and I've got an app on my phone which tells me when I get up to 100 degrees. So I'm going to use that to drive off that. It's going to be a bit of a slow trip home, but every time it reaches sort of that 98, I'm going to pull up and then let it cool down and keep going. We've got some water. We're going to spray some water all over the radiator. Got a dare bottle with a bunch of holes in it. I'm just going to like fan it and mist it across there, and then that'll help it as well. Copy? Copy. Another thing you can do, viewers, if you are getting hot and having heating issues, wind all your windows down, turn your aircon off, and turn your heater on. Because what happens is the water, that's how it heats the air up so that you get hot air blowing on you. It actually pumps water into a little, basically a tiny little radiator in behind your dash. So turn your heater on flat out, and that'll put the water in through that. And then your fan in your dash will actually, it'll blow hot air on you, but it'll actually cool the water down. It'll help cool it down as well. Copy? Copy. Righto, mate, so we're just going halfway up the mountain and she's starting to get a bit warm again. So basically what I'm going to do is take that off. There's your top of your radiator tank there, it's plastic. And then just get your bottle and just slowly mist the water on it like that, mate. There's my trans cooler, mist a bit on there. So that's hot as bugger and that fan's not turning, so there's something wrong, baby. So that's all it's doing, just the bottle's got a couple of holes in it. Just mist it on there, mate, like that. So a little bit of water, help it cool down a bit, happy days. Right, viewers, so we just made it back to Pappy's place. Her wifey's set up with the van, aircon's on there in there. I don't know, doing whatever the hell they're doing. I don't have a shed, so I built one. I'm gonna pull the radiator out, mate. Pull the fan out, I'm gonna pull the radiator out, I'm gonna pull the thermo fan out. And yeah, because I've realised I haven't actually pulled the radiator out since it's been a bloody long time. It probably needs a good clean. And you can see down in there, there's a bit of dirt and stuff. Oh, you probably can't see it, but I can see it. And there's a bit of dirt and stuff. And there's a bit on. What is Pappy doing, mate? He's towing the bus somewhere. You know the bus, mate? What are you even doing with your life? Oh, mate, so this is what I've done. I got that and I got these, and I unplugged that and I threw them on there and I just tested that, and that is actually working. But it wasn't spinning real fast, so I thought, you know what, it needs 18 volts up its ass. So I got that one, and I got them and I hooked it on there, and then I jammed it in there, and it was working even faster and better. And I'm like, well, that works, so it can't be the problem, can it? And then it got me thinking of how the system actually works. So basically the thermofan on the front comes into play when the condenser, this here, gets hot, when the air conditioner starts getting hot and overheating the air conditioner. The air conditioner was still working. The air conditioner was not getting hot, and I didn't let it to get too hot because that's not how it works. So the next solution would be the viscous fan hub. May not be work. Old fella's over here revving his bus up. Mate, you know Greta's not happy with you right now, pa? Like, seriously, man? Anyway, basically, because there was plenty of airflow going to the front and hitting the condenser, that is why that wouldn't have been coming into play. The radiator henceforth and forthwith and therefore forthwith, if the condenser was blocked enough that it wasn't allowing enough air to come through the radiator and that there is not working at optimal time and space and pleasure and stuff. You right, mate? You right? How you going? Yeah, you go. You pay well. That was not working properly, then it wouldn't be sucking enough air through the radiator, kept the radiator cool, but the condenser would stay cool. Therefore, the thermofan would not come into play. Copy? Copy. So I'm still going to pull the radiator out. I'm going to pull the radiator out. I'm going to get up with a pressure cleaner. I'm going to pull the intercooler out and up that with a pressure cleaner. And I'm going to up the bloody condenser with a pressure cleaner too while I'm going. I'm just going to pressure clean everything, you know? Copy. Copy. Victoria, when we were in Victoria at Lurdy-Durg. Do you remember Lurdy-Durg National Park? If you haven't seen it, go and watch my YouTube videos on Lurdy-Durg. I got bogged up to here. No, not really. I just went through a lot of mud and some crap, or I'd never washed the radiator after that, and now it's summertime and I'm paying for it. So, and I've actually put a new radiator in this about 4 years ago, maybe about 4 years ago when we first got it. I put a new radiator in it, so the radiator's new. It just needs cleaning. Sorry, yes, you're right. The radiator is not new, it's 4 years old, but it just needs cleaning, alright? It's not like it's 20 years old, the same as the bloody car. Copy? Righto viewers, so to my deliberation and hesitation and all that sort of stuff, I have discovered the viscous fan hub is buggered. That is the problem. It is that fan. It is not that fan as we have previously discussed. Now I've got the pressure cleaner and I have cleaned the condenser, the radiator and the intercooler. They're all spotless, mate. Absolutely cracking. They weren't actually that bad, hey? There's a bit of crap in them, obviously, but they weren't that bad. So what I have done, viewers, because it is a public holiday today, couldn't order parts today, have to order parts tomorrow. We are going away the next day. I thought there was going to be a simple fix, but there's always something. Anyway, I can put it all back together, because yes, it is stuffed. It still spins and sucks, pulls air, just not heaps of air. So what I have done is I've tapped into the thermofan wire, and I have made it so that I can put a switch and a relay and some cool stuff on it, so that I can actually turn the thermofan on remotely. So basically I'm going to hook up a relay and a switch and run a wire up into the cab. I already have a wire there that's in the cab. I just got to put a switch in the cab, and yeah, I can have a switch so I can turn the fan on and off and on and off. I reckon this is going to be really handy, like especially when we're down the beach and stuff and we've got those big long hauls and stuff. I can just turn the thermofan on and keep the engine cool. I mean, it can't hurt, can it? How cool is that? And it still works as functionally before because I haven't done anything other than tap into the wire. So I haven't rerouted wires or done anything, cut the plug up or nothing. I've literally just tapped into that wire there so that I can manually switch it. If it needs to come on, it can still come on. If it doesn't need to come on, it can cut off. And then I can just turn it back on. Copy. Copy. So now, viewers, I'm just going to pack up all my toolage. Yes, call it a day. Ring up and order some parts tomorrow. I found an idler bearing. Oop, you guys, that was my ear, not your ear. Listen. Actually, I'm not sure whether... Where's the microphone? Are you down here? Hello. Not sure. Anyway, it's a bit noisy. So, I've actually got one. I'm just going to press that out, press a new one in. And, yeah, throw a new that. And then I have a warranty issue that I have to go and deal with Repco tomorrow. Let's try and sort that out. But we won't go there. Yeah, that was Miss Sean Thompson Pokemon, not bad. Thanks for on you cheeky buggers. If anyone ever pulled one of these apart, this is Vestas Fan Hub off Jack. I'm just going to rip it apart real quick and show you guys what exactly is inside it. Take the fan itself off, 4 bolts there. Go ahead and undo these aluminium bolts. Aluminium, bloody, what am I trying to say? Phillips head screws out of there. I've already undone that one. This one's a bit tight, so get yourself a flat screwdriver with a hammer and give that a little snappy as you twist it. Give it a little hitty on the end of it and it should come off. Copy? Right, mate, now you have all them little screws off. Basically, give it a little tap on the side there And that should free up the top section compared to the bottom section. You should be able to just lift him straight off. Now see all that in there? That's all oil. And see that top section there is actually attached to the bottom section there. And that spins freely. So basically the oil, once the oil gets hot, it goes like jelly and actually locks that bit to that bit to that bit. Copy? Copy. Alrighty viewers, viscous fan hub is pulled apart. I'm going to get some oil and put in it. I'll put some new oil in it. See how we go. I've got to get a relay and a switch for my wiring for my thermofan to make it stay on. Yeah. I've got a bit going on in here, mate. Don't even look. This is broken. I have no car, so it's time to get the tractor out. Ducking it down in the tractor. Copy? Copy. Oh, mate, we made it. I got a pocket full of crap and a pocket full of crap, and I didn't lose anything. And coppers didn't get me, eh? Copy, copy. Righto, so I've just rang up and ordered a new viscous fan hub. But for now, I'm just going to put the oil in this one just to keep it going because the other one's going to be away, you know, next week or whatever. And we need to go away tomorrow. So for now, I'm just going to throw this stuff in it. So it comes in these little bottles. Basically, you just pull a little bottle in there and just let them drain because, you know, they're bloody thick stuff. And then put that on there and then put that together and happy days. Copy, copy? Copy. Righto, mate, so now that you've tipped your bottles of oil in there and it's all sort of spread out nice and evenly, I don't know. I've done this a couple of times years ago, but I haven't done it in ages. I've probably put it in the wrong side, but that's all right. It's going to work. It's going to work sensationally. Basically, you just go plonk on there, make sure your O-ring's back in there, line your bloody boulder rails up, mate, plonk it back on there and boulder up and throw it in the car and send her. Now, viewers, number one rule when pulling your radiator out. Do not break that cheeky little fucker off there. Copy? Sorry for swearing, Mama Bear, but don't break that cheeky little bugger off there because then you will have to buy an entire new radiator. And I'm pretty sure they're like $1,700. Not bad, thanks. So just be very careful of that cheeky little bugger there. Copy? That goes into the top of the rad tank. Copy? Copy. Alright, Barry biscuit bun, we got that back in. Now we're going to put that back into there. Copy, copy. All that's back in. Happy days. Viscous fan up feels nice and I'm not sure what it's meant to feel like, but it's nice. So we're going to put the intercooler back on. It's over there. Just got some petrol in there, washing that out. Going to let it evaporate in the sun so there's no petrol get into the intake of the manifold of the gaskets and the manifold gaskets and blow shit up. Copy? Copy. Now, one more quick thing that I should mention, viewers, before we go henceforth and forthwith forward into the future. If red came out, put red back in. If green came out, put green back in. Because on some cars and some particular makes and models, the red and the green do not mix and it'll cause a sludgy bottomy shit in the bottom of the radiator and it will not be cooling your system properly. Now, I got to concentrate, so I'm mixing it as I go, so that's why that's clear and it's just water. Fill it up, the top, and then start the car and run it. Let it run, let it build up, let it warm up, let it do all its thing, then come and leave the radiator cap off and check the water. Fill it up as it needs to. There's your full mark there. As you can see, it's already full, but I know the system is not full because it has drained down. It would have drained all the water out of the evaporator behind the cab, and that is not full. So when it starts and it heats up, turn your heater on as well and let the water go in there. Let your heater tap open and pump all the water in behind the dash, so that way the whole system is full of coolant. Copy? Copy. But I tell you what, big appreciation. My wife had just bought me out a couple of wraps for lunch because I didn't realise it was lunchtime. Or it's late smoker, we'll call it. Not bad, thanks. Thank you, wifey. Love you. Righto, viewers, this is where I'm up to, baby. He's running. I've led the system. Just letting it warm up. I've got the heater going. Sorry, I don't have the heater going. I've got the aircon on. Just letting it build up temperature. I'm going to check all the water again. I'm just about to go for a hot lap. Everything's working as it should. That is pulling heaps more air. Might get away with just changing that oil rather than buying a new hub, but there was a bit of movement in it, so I'm glad I ordered a new one. I have put my relay and everything down there for my fan. The fan is actually on at the moment. My switch is off in the cab, but the fan is on because it needs to do what it needs to do, and it's on because the aircon's on flat out. The fan needs to be on to pull a lot of air over that condenser and cool it down. My switch is my little button switch, so on, off. So that's the off position. Because I've only tapped into that line, the fan can still function normally with that switch off. And yeah, as I'm idling around the dunes or whatever, down the creek, just poking along, I can flick that thermo switch on, it'll force the fan to stay on. If I turn it off and the fan needs to stay on, it'll stay on because it's still getting power. So, happy days. So, viewers, we took a roll up when we come back, and the bloody thing's leaking water. It's coming out of the hose clamp that's down there. See that one? They're just there. Now, with those hose clamp, viewers, I want to show you something very, very, very important. The crimp hose clamps, when you crimp them and you slide them out of the way and you slide them back on, make sure 110% that they are in the exact position that you took them off from. Now see how those marks are there? If you crimp that there like that, it will leak. You got to make sure they're back in that position there, otherwise they will leak. That one down there is clearly leaking because I didn't put it back in the right position. You can see it's not in the right position from here. Blind Freddy with the eyes closed can see that. You can see the water just coming out around the top there. The cheeky buggers. And to fix it, I've got to pull that back out. Right, viewers, and the easiest way to get to that hose clamp was to tear the battery out real quick. And there's that one just there. So I just spun it around and I fixed that one up there. It wasn't 100% right. So I just spun it around, hooked it back up. See how we go. Copy? Give it hot, wifey. Where you going? Where are them kids at? There they are. You hot, Moe? I love it. Bug! Get him! Tell you what, viewers, it's not a bad way to end the day after a hard day mechanicking. Cooking a few steaks on the barbie, eh? Cheers, legends. Ew!